Bole Vrindavan, Sri Krishna Chandra ki Jai. Devotees, welcome to each of you. So this is the final night in our Bhagwat Yagna. Though not the final session. Tomorrow morning is the final session. So this is the final night. Welcome. And welcome to our viewers also on ITV and those who have joined us on Pandit Umadat's Facebook page. Welcome to all of you. To all the Pundits who have come, blessings. We appreciate your presence. Let us prepare ourselves, devotees, for our invocation, Bhagwat Sumiran. I'd like you to assume an attitude of prayer. Concentrate on Leela Purushottam Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Recite in your minds. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Sri Saraswatyaye Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Riddhi Siddhi Data Siddhi Sadana Varana Varana Sumiro Barambar Madan Kadan Ki Lal Ko Ganapati Kripa Nidhan Jnana Khan Anand Bhavan Dev Mohi Vardhan Varano Tika Bhagavata Jaya Shiva Anandakam Bhutanath Bhava Bhayahara Bhakti Vishaya Niradhan Gauravarana Mangalakarana He Praja Chandramukun Praja Bhushan Bhushanharana Tatahu Bhava Bhayapam Charan Sharan Kriyankara Jaya 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 Jagadish Sevat Shesha Maheshaya Mahi Maha Amritayabhi Ved Bhed Janat Nahi Devu Mohi Vardhan Radha Varyah Varsada Prem Bhari Musaka Nitya Chitta Mein Atak Rahe Mohi Chahiye Kachuna Aur Bas Prabhu Jagat Ki Basi Rahe Manam Yah Baki Jhanki Sada Yeh Kutiya Gayan ke Piche Firta Val Pal Nisa Mur Mukut Shir Par Kare Kar Murali Urama Kar Murali Urama Kar Murali Urama Shisha Mukut Katipita Pata Ya Chabi Sunandana Vasahu Hridaya Mama Nishi Divasa Guru Pada Raja Dharshi Kahu भागवत की कथा जो शुकदेव मुनि कही परीक्षित नृपति सो। ओम यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुत शृण्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवः वेदे साङ्गपक्रमो उपनिषदे गायन्ति यं सामगाय ध्यानावस्थितगतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरि ओम। बोले वृंदावन श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। Devotees, I will take the blessings of Bhagwan Shankar. As we have been doing every session so far, and I've already explained time and again the rationale for it. Let's visualize Bholenath, Deen Dayalu Kripa Sagar Bhakta Vatsal, Jatadhari Gangadhar, Chandramauli Trayambak, Nilkant Nagabadana, त्रिशूलधारी वरदाता, शरण में अपनी रख मुझको, दया में दास हूं तेरा। तुम्हें तजकर कहा जाऊं शिव जी, हितु कोई न है मेरा। O Shiva, Bholenath, I am seeking your protective shelter. I am a servant of yours. If you turn me away, kaha jaun, where shall I go? There is no one else but you to champion my cause, Bholenath. Here and now I unconditionally surrender to you. Devotees, surrender. Sharanagati. Sharan apne rakh mujhko, दया में दास हूँ तेरा। तुम्हें तजक कहा जाऊं, हितु कोई न है मेरा। शरण अपनी रख मुझको, दया में दास हूँ तेरा। तुम्हें तजक कहा जाऊं, हितु कोई न है मेरा। भटकता मैं हूँ मूरख से, भटकता मैं हूँ मूरख से, नहीं विश्राम पाता। दया की दृष्टि से देखो, दया की दृष्टि से देखो, नहीं तो डूबेगा। सताया राग द्वेषों में, सताया राग द्वेषों में, तपाया मेरा दुख मेटने वाला सिवा तेरी न है कोई। मेरा दुख मेटने वाला, मेरा दुख मेटने वाला सिवा तेरी न है कोई। शरण में आ गिरा अब तो, शरण में आ गिरा अब तो, भरोसा आप भरी। क्षमा अपराध कर मेरी, क्षमा अपराध कर मेरी, फकत अब आश है तेरी, फकत अब आश है तेरी। दया बलदेव पर करके, दया कर देव पर करके, बना लो नाथ निज चेरा, बना लो नाथ निज चेरा। शरण अपने ते रख मुझको, दया में दास तू तेरा। तुझे सज कर कहाँ जाऊँ, तुझे सज कर कहाँ जाऊँ भोलेनाथ। हे दीन दयालु कृपा सागर, तुम्हें तज कर कहाँ जाऊँ प्रभु जी, कि तू कोई न है मेरा, कि तू कोई न है मेरा। The bhajan says, the poet composed, O Lord, भटकता मैं हूँ मूढ़त से, in my ignorance I roam everywhere, नहीं विश्राम पाता हूँ, I can't find any peace. I am roaming, there is no constancy, no stability. भटकता मैं हूँ मूढ़ से, नहीं विश्राम पाता हूँ, दया की दृष्टि से देखो. Look upon me with a compassionate gaze, otherwise I'll drown in this ocean of duality. For all of us, Sataya Raga Dveshoni. Dualities of this world consume me day and night. Attachment and aversion. Sataya Raga Dveshoni. Tapaya Tina Taponi. Daihik Daivik Tap. 3 types of pain. Consume me. I am burning in the fires of birth and death. Jalaya Janma Mrityuni. When will this end, O Lord? When will it end? मेरा दुख मिटने वाले सिवा तेरी नहीं कोई. There is no one else but you to remove my unhappiness, Bholinath. You're the only one who knows of it, who can understand it. Siva teri nahi koi. There is no one else but you. Therefore, here and now, unconditionally, I surrender on your lotus life with Bholinath, Prabhu. I surrender. Here and now. I have great faith and belief and dependence upon you, Bholinath. All my sufferings in life will come about because of my aparadha, mistakes I have made, sins I have committed. Chama aparadha. Forgive my transgressions, Prabhuji. Bhakat asha hai teri. I have this great hope and expectation of you. Daya Baldev, the poet who wrote this. And it so happens it rhymes nicely with my name. I say, Daya Hardeo, forgive me. Have compassion upon me, O Lord. Banalo Nath Nija Chira. Make me a true disciple of yours. These should not be mere words, not devotees. If you don't feel what you're saying, better don't say anything. This is prayer. Sincere. And this is how the devotee appeals to the Lord. Total surrender. I have done my surrender, devotees. And what I would like to do now is to glorify Maha Devi. Invite you to join me. Visualize our Shakti Jagat Janani. देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी देवी भवानी जगत जननी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी देवी भवानी जगत जननी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी नारायणी देवी नारायणी हे नारायणी देवी नारायणी महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी हे मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी देवी भवानी जगत जननी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी नारायणी देवी नारायणी हे नारायणी दुर्गा नारायणी हे नारायणी काली नारायणी हे नारायणी शारदा नारायणी हे नारायणी लक्ष्मी नारायणी महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी हे मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी जगत जननी देवी भवानी जगत जननी देवी भवानी। बोले श्री आदि शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की। Now devotees, as I did on previous nights, again, bit of advice from the sages. Now this advice is straightforward and simple. Tero avagaman chuti jai to sham ras piyo bhai. We are caught up in the world of birth and death, coming and going, avagaman, the world of duality. If you want to free yourself, tero avagaman chuti jai to sham ras piyo bhai, during the substance of the Lord's name. Ram ras, Shiv ras, Sham ras. Here we do Bhagwat, we focus on Bhagavan Krishna. Sham ras piyo mere bhai. To attain a human form is very, very difficult, but one has to be blessed to attain a human form. And it is all because of previous karmas, pura janm kamai. Having been born as a human being, why do I forego the opportunities to worship the Lord? In that ignorance, avasar beat jai, opportunities disappear. Devotees, the bhajan tells us of all those who, powerful ones, Surdas, Mira, Kabir, Narsibai, Sukdev Muni, Ved, Vyas, all these, they drank the substance of the Lord's name. Why shouldn't we? This is the advice, devotees. Tero avagaman chuti jai sham ras piyo mere bhai. Tero avagaman chuti jai sham ras piyo mere bhai. Tero avagaman chuti jai sham ras piyo mere bhai. दुर्लभ तूने नरतन पाया पूरब जन्म कमाई. दुर्लभ तूने नरतन पाया पूरब जन्म कमाई. अब काहे हरि भजन भुलाया, अब काहे हरि भजन भुलाया. अवसर बीत जाए समरस पियो मेरे भाई. तेरो आवागमन छुटी जाए समरस पियो मेरे भाई. निश दिन काम करो बहलो सम हरि नाम विसारी. निश दिन काम करो बहलो सम हरि नाम विसारी. जन्म मरण का बंधु नहीं छूटे, जन्म मरण का बहू नहीं छूटे. माया नाचन चाय आवागमन छुटी चाय समरस पियो मेरे भाई. शुकदेव शौनक मुनि पिया शंभु पियो मन लाई. शुकदेव शौनक मुनि पिया शंभु पियो मन लाई. नारद व्यास आदि सब पिया, नारद व्यास आदि सब पिया. निस दिन रहतन भाई समरस पियो मेरे भाई. तेरो आवागमन छुटी चाय समरस पियो मेरे भाई. सूरदास तुलसी और कबीरा नरसी मीरा बाई। सूरदास तुलसी और कबीरा नरसी मीरा बाई। बड़े भाव श्याम रस पिया, बड़े भाव श्याम रस पिया, नाच नाच और भाई श्याम तेरु आवाज मन छुटी जाय श्याम रस पियो तेरु आवाज मन छुटी जाय श्याम रस पियो। Shukdev Muni, Sanakadik, Bholenath, these divine entities, divinity itself, they all drank the substance of that name. Nisadin Ratrubhai, they remain drunk, so to speak, in divine intoxication. Divinity. Surdas, Kabir, Narsibai, Mira, what they did? They also drank the substance of the name. But what they did? Nach, nach, or gai. Unreservedly, clapping, singing, dancing. They couldn't care about the world. You laugh, that's your stupidity. I'm dancing for my Lord. So devotees, yag good, puja good, jap tap, all these things are good. But those things are practices aimed at taking us to a higher level. When we come to a yag, what we do here? Not sing the praises of God? You have to drink the substance of the Lord's name. Otherwise, you waste your time. Not the rituals only. Sham ras piya bhai, drink the substance of the Lord's name. And you know, when the yag is finished, not that is finished, you can chant wherever you are. Chant that name, drink the substance of that divine name. How could you go wrong, devotees, if you follow these practices? So, as the saying goes, good advice. It's good to follow now. So, I'm going to give all of us the opportunity for a few moments to glorify that Lord, and then we'll get into our katha. Simple kirtan, if you can join me, devotees, feel free. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda, Radha Ramana Sri Ranga. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda, Radha Ramana Sri Ranga. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda, Radha Ramana Sri Ranga. Jaya Dunandana Paramaniranjan, Jaya Dunandana Paramaniranjan, Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda, Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda, Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda, Radha Ramana Sri Ranga. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radha Ramana Sri Ranga Mukunda, Radha Ramana Sri Ranga. Paramaniranjan, Jaya Dunandan, Jaya Dunandana Paramaniranjan, Radharamana Sri Ranga Mukunda. He Radharamana Sri Ranga Mukunda. He Radharamana Sri Ranga Mukunda. Radharamana Sri Ranga. He Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai. He Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai. Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai. Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai. Hey Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai. Hey Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai. Hey Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai. Jai Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai. Jai Jai Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai. Jai Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai. Jai Jai Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai. Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai. Jai Jai Radharamana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai. Bole Vrindavan Shri Krishna Chandra ki Jai. Devotees, tonight's discourse is again taken from the 10th volume of the Shrimad Bhagwatam. This discourse is one that, appeals to my mind a lot. All appeal, but some kind of outstanding, like last night's katha, Kalyanag. Some of these kathas, we have a great affinity for. But this katha tonight, devotees, it brings out very forcefully the relationship that the devotee can have with the Lord as a friend. Now, I've been saying every day so far that we need to have a relationship with the Lord. Human being is gregarious by nature. We understand relationships. If there is a relationship existing between us, then that establishes the behavioral pattern. I know how to talk to you, and how I can behave with you, how I can interact with you. If there is no relationship, I'm very tentative. Okay? There is no bhav, no feeling. Now, Hinduism tells us we need to have that relationship with the Lord. But it's one that we establish. We have to establish it. God doesn't establish it. How I go to God, so He comes to me. So we say, Tvameva Mata Chavita, Tvameva, etc. God can be mother, God can be father. What I want, how I establish it. God can be a beloved, like Mirabai, Bhagwan Krishna. The gopis, Bhagwan Krishna. God could be a friend, Arjun, Bhagwan Sri Krishna. And tonight's discourse you're going to hear. A great Brahmin called Sudama, friend of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Vatsal Bhav, Yashoda Maya. The devotee becomes the parent, God becomes the child. Vatsal Bhav. I also mentioned that there's this devotion through confrontation. Kans was a bhakt. Ravan was a bhakt. And I have to give the rationale every time I say it because there'll be those who never heard it before and they will think I'm mad. How Ravan could be a bhakt. And I take you to the 18th chapter of the Gita. Bhagwan Sri Krishna says, think of me constantly, bow down to me, worship me, call my name, you shall come to me. Did he say with love or with hate or how? He didn't say how. Call my name, bow down to me, worship me. So you have to understand the psychology. As I keep putting it, if you have someone who you love intensely, this one is easy. That person is in your mind day and night. Isn't that so? And if you hate somebody intensely, that person always also in your mind day and night. But the Lord says, think of me constantly. So if you hate him to such an extent, like Ravan did, like Kans did, Sri Ram was in Ravan's mind day and night. Kans was in Krishna Bhagwan was in Kans's mind day and night. The Lord said, think of me constantly, you shall come to me. And I ask the question to just dig people as I say. We are all here coming to pray. How many of us have God in our mind right now? You answer that question for yourself. And you know we condemn Kans, we condemn Ravan, then Maha Dusht. But they're thinking of God all the time. They attained oneness with him. We tend to forget God. Now devotees, not that you can't forget the name, you know. Sometimes these things happen. You see, I have to be very careful what I'm saying. Now, when people have the household duties and the various responsibilities to carry out, you can't sit down and call God's name day and night. That's not practical. But what I am asking, when you sit here to pray, why your mind can't be on God all the time? Eka ghari, adha ghari. And when otherwise you go out, your duty, work is worship, duty is God. Remember, there's a little story. Narad Muni once went to Lord Vishnu and said, "Oh Lord, who is your greatest devotee?" Everybody wants to know who is the greatest devotee. Now, Narad had a little Bhiman and all to know. So Bhagavan had to, you know, for the whole Katha we reading, to subdue this, help him to get out of that delusion. So he said, "Oh Narad, there's a certain village in India, that villager, he is my greatest devotee." Narad was shocked, because Narad, wherever he would go, Narayan, Sharanam, Narayan, calling God's name day and night. How come this fellow could be greater than me? So let me go and see. Narad decided to go and see what kind of devotion this fellow doing. And everybody wants to see what he's doing. What are you doing? Now I keep saying doing, right? Now what attitude is? Just doing. Physical action, the surface only. Narad wanted to see. When Narad went, he went as a disguise as a sadhu. To this whom the fellow welcomed him. And you know, they respected holy men tremendously. So now what happened? Narad decided he will stay a few days. He wants to see how this man will pray. Early in the morning, man get up, ram, he stretch. But she didn't go on garden. Whole day, he come back. Lunchtime he come back. Prepare for food, Jai Shri Ram, eat and he go back garden. When he come back in the evening time, take a bath and so on, Jai Shri Ram, eat and you go and sleep. 3 times for the day he called God's name. Narad said, but this thing very puzzling. Huh? I call him God's name whole and he called 3 times, he greater than me. But maybe he's tired today, let me see what will happen tomorrow. You know, we always overthink and try to make excuses to justify our stupidity. Devotees, 3-4 days Narad remained. And same practice every day. Then Bhagwan went back, and Narad went back to Bhagwan and said, Bhagwan, you know, I really can't understand this what you told me, you know. I stayed by that man 4 days. And the most he called your name 3 times per day, like 12 times in all. And I calling your name day and night, Narayan, Sharanam, Narayan. How come he's a greater devotee than me? Bhagwan didn't answer him. Bhagwan gave him, as the saying goes, a cup of, I call it ghee. You know, call it oil, you could call it oil. Filled to the brim. He said, Narad, I want you to hold on to this and go on Vaikunt. And make sure not a single drop falls out. None must fall out. Narad followed instructions. He took the cup of oil and he poured in and went right wrong, very, very carefully, all wrong Vaikunt and come back. Here, Prabhu, Bhagwan asked, any oil fell out? No, Lord. While you're going with the oil, how much time you call me name? Narad said, Prabhu, you want me to make sure no oil fall out? You want me to call your name too? Then Bhagwan said, Narad, this ordinary farmer have all his household responsibilities, societal responsibilities. He still called my name 3 times. You could even call it once. So who is a greater devotee? So understand what we are saying here now? I like to make these things quite clear. When you sit to pray, you pray. When you go out, you do your duty. Work is worship, duty is good. That is your prayer. Every act of yours is an act of offering to the Lord. That is puja, devotees. Earlier today I made that point. Puja, pap nasan, janma vichhed. Any action that burns away sins and frees us from bondage is puja. Not only sitting at the bedi here now. Life must be a puja. Life should be a puja. And you know, while I'm at it, you know, when we say we're cremating someone, I ask someone, when you're cremating somebody, what are you really doing? So you burn in the body, no? Burn in the body. When you carry a body by the cremation site, what you do with it? You put gugul, you put sugar, you put black till, white rice, whatever. Ghee. If you had to burn the body, you could throw gas and burn it. You could put some tire. People like to burn tire. Put tire and burn the body, no? But you don't do that. Why you put all these ingredients? You see, our people don't understand. I don't blame you too much, you know, because sometimes we depend on this responsible. Devotees, if you look at every day when we do puja, here we do the final havan. Then Pandit will say, stand. The last little bit of havan that is left. We wrap it up in a leaf and Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Mantra. Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Offer the final offering into the fire to complete puja. Follow me? Life's supposed to be a puja. Whether you make it or not, your problem. The last lump of clay that is left, the human body. When you take it to the cremation site, it's not just burn it now, it's to perform Purnahuti, to complete your life's puja. So it's a havan you do. Kravyad Agni you consecrate. Do a havan. You put the body inside, or the Google and so on. That is for havan. It's not that burning the body. You have to understand what you're doing. And then at home, why do we do what we do at home? Why do we do what we do? Offer water in the body, put chandan, flowers, mala, perfume, arti. You worshiping the dead? No. If you notice in puja, and they want to wash everything, wash the flowers, wash the rice, as I mentioned some other day, 1 for 11 and wash the shogadu. You want to wash so much everything, right? So stupid. Right? Want to wash everything. Devotee purity. You want to offer pure things. So now, what you do on that body is not puja. You're purifying the tattvas in the body. Akash tattva, Vayu tattva, Prithvi, Jal. Again, each offering, that's what you're doing. You're purifying that body to offer it into the flames. Not worshipping the dead. And when everybody else do arti, you want to do arti, you don't have to do arti, you know. That's psychological. Right? Some of them, you never do arti when you're living, when you're there, you won't do arti. That's a different topic. Yeah, different topic. But devotees, there are parallels in all these things that we're talking about here. Puja pervades every aspect of our life. Now, if you do puja, Purnahuti is done. If your life never puja, why are you doing Purnahuti? Better get the kobo eat it. Let the kobo belly full. So devotees, something we all have to understand as we live our lives. Life is a puja. Life should be a puja. Everything we do, actions like offering to divine. You can't go wrong. Now, many people wouldn't want to do this now. Because you know what? Guru Vasishtha again say, why? Laziness? Every day I go do puja? Then how go behave bad? How I go lying? How I eat? Them kind of thing. You know what kind of thing? Bole Vrindavan Sri Krishna Chandra ki jai. Let me come back to the Katha bhai. But if I go in that kind of direction, you know, I keep saying there are so many things to understand in Hinduism. We all follow blindly. And fear overpowers us. And sometimes those who lead us, they are also blind. They don't understand and impose fear on you. Some other time, we'll discuss some more of that. And you know, Vinosh is quite some time now permission for Pitru Paksh. I will do Garu Puraan, you know. Harish, we can sit down and do Garu Puraan on SWAHA viewpoint. And interpret it and show what it is supposed to be. Not blind following, superficial. That people frightened to bar and talk as stupidness only. They believe that. So devotees, tonight we are going to look at the devotee who was special, Krishna Bhagwan. So remember, we are talking about relationships. And I'm pointing out to you, you have to establish your relationship. You could do it now, right now. Who is God to you? I mentioned previously, mother and father for me, because they are my everything. You know, let me digress for a moment. In my school, Mobile Lab, until many, many years ago, one of my co-workers asked me, Mr. Persad, how come Hinduism have what mother and thing, mother and what and thing, and all other religions have father? All the other religions say, oh, father, whoever you are. I don't want to see the point. How come only Hinduism have, mother? So I asked the question. I say, if you have a father who abused you since you're small, you could love him? You could worship him? She started crying. Right there she broke down. She said, Mr. Persad, that's my problem. Being abused by her father since she was small. Now an adult. So I asked her, how you could worship God as Father? The mere Father, the name you hear, will trigger something inside of you because of abuse. Hinduism, very psychological. You can't go to God as a child going to father, you could go as mother. You could go as friend. If you don't like parents, go with friend. If you can't, neither, beloved. Everybody have beloved, yeah. Beloved. But go to God. Establish a relationship. And I said just now, even if you want to hate him intensely. So that he's in the mind day and night. All this is from Bhagwat, Maha, Puraan devotees. And the idea is to help us go through life. It's for us, our benefit. Sri Sukdev ji relating katha about this great devotee. So he's saying, हे परम भागवत राजा परीक्षित, कोई एक ब्राह्मण ब्रह्म के जानने वाले में उत्तम, विषयों में वैराग्यवान, शांत मन, जितेंद्रिय कृष्णचंद्र का मित्र था। वह गृहस्थ आश्रम में रहता था और जो कुछ अनायास प्राप्त हो उसी से अपनी निर्वाह करता था। जीर्ण वस्त्र को धारण की उसी प्रकार उसकी स्त्री भी थी। क्षुधा के मारे पीड़ित होने से समस्त अंगों से कृषित और जो अन्न प्राप्त हो उसे पति को परोस दे, आप भूखी रह जाए। बहुत दुखित और भय के मारे थर थर कांपती वह पतिव्रता स्त्री दरिद्री पति के समीप बोली। Sri Sukdev ji is saying, O Raja Parikshit, there was a Brahman, a holy man, who Brahm ke jaane wale. Now I don't want to go into a discourse about who a Brahman is, a devotees. I argue them kind of thing. Somebody say, who know Brahm is a Brahman. But here, follow from a literary perspective. If it is stated here, he is a Brahman. Brahm ke jaane wale hai, but he knew Brahm. Does it mean to say, understand the point I'm making? Once I realize Brahm, I'm a Brahman. This Brahman, that means you have Brahman who haven't realized Brahm. I don't know if I'm confusing all the head now. But I taught maths and not literature, so you have to forgive me. All right? Understand the point I'm making to you. A Brahman, Brahm jane wale. The mere fact is stated that. It means to me that there could be Brahman who haven't realized Brahm. So not because a person realized Brahm, you become a Brahman. But that is not our topic, eh? I just thought I'll mention that. You see, people use it conveniently, and then they put string around the neck, backwine and thing, and make nothing. They play what? Yeah? Play Pundit. Different topic, devotees. These Kali Yogyas, the real Kali Yoga. Anyway, so notice the qualities of this Brahman. Brahm jane wale, he knew Brahm. Right? Uttam, foremost. That means he practices and so on. A luminary, shining, brilliant. Vishayo mein vairagyavan. Materialism didn't affect him. Like a lotus will take all its nutrients from the impurities around, but untouched. This was how he lived. Amongst all material things, but totally detached. Vairagyavan. Notice the qualities. In the world, but not of the world. Yeah. Shantaman. Peaceful mind. So I could tell you why the mind peaceful. Because here one behind nothing. When you're craving, an attachment and so on, then the mind becomes chanchal. Shantaman, vairagya, nothing distracts you, nothing disturbs you. You are focused on divinity. Jitendriya, control of the senses. We have 10 senses. 5 senses of perception, 5 organs of action. And devotees, sometimes I assume that people know all this, but assumption bad, So I just point out. Sense of hearing, sense of sight, olfactory sense, sense of taste, and tactile sense. Those are called the Gyanindriyas. 5 senses of perception. 5 organs of action. Hands, feet, tongue, organ of excretion, organ of reproduction. The 10 Indriyas. This individual had control over all. Total control. Now if the senses are controlled, then the mind will also be peaceful. You know what they say, devotees? What the eye don't see, don't grieve the heart, So the eyes mislead us. The ears mislead us. Because there is no control. How could you have peace of mind? So devotees, these little points, this alone is a whole night topic, But you have to understand it and apply it. And these are the qualities of this individual who stood out so much. But to me, beyond and above everything else, above, beyond all, what is it? Sri Krishna Chandra Mitra, a friend of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. The Lord was his friend. That was the main qualification, I would think. But why the Lord would be his friend? Because of these qualities he had. Right? Brahmjane wale, Uttam, Vairagya, Shantaman, where again would he go? Except the Brahm, Krishna Bhagwan. So devotees, we are also mentioning to you, as we go along, what you need to do to get closer to that Lord. You can patke how much of 108 laddu, all them things I keep saying. That will take you closer to God, Your attitude is important. Your qualities, spirituality. There's a difference between spirituality and religiousness. Religiousness, Bahya Bhakti, all them things you do. What color flag to put? How much of this? How much of that? What color clothes to wear? Bahya Bhakti. That has nothing to do with God. You have to go to a higher level. I'm not saying don't do those things. You start somewhere. Don't get hooked up on that. You have to go beyond. And devotees, when they develop these qualities, control of the mind, control of the senses, that will imply that the intellect is enlightened. Because the intellect controls mind, which controls the senses. An inner journey. So you see, everything is about you. About me, each person. Nobody could do it for you. Nobody. Nobody could do it for you. One day a fellow come and say, Guruji, give me a little thing now so I can control my anger. You know what a little thing is? I'll give my God to control the anger. I want to do something to make him get vexed right away and then knock him out, You want, I must give you something for you to control. Your anger, or you get me vexed, boy. I have to control my anger now. But the see people looking for a shortcut. Nobody wants to make sacrifice. By the way, when I told you all to do Havan, little do our people realize that doing Havan constantly, that fire, that Havan you do, purifies the senses tremendously. You control anger. You control all the negativities. All these senses, you control them. Havan. This is why we tell people all to do Havan home regularly. If it's once per week, at least, do Havan. Learn to do Havan. Right? These are techniques the sages have given to us to help us in life. So devotees, all this is to help us to understand, if we want to reach to a certain level, what we need to do. This Brahman was married. He lived in Grihas ashram. So there are 4 stages in human development. Brahmacharya, Grihas, Vanpras, and Sannyas. Brahmacharya, they say, is up to about 25 years of age. The student stage. That's when you go to school and you learn, you study, you qualify. Why 25 years? Because they said the brain functions with maximum efficiency up to the age of 25. From 25 to 55, you enter into Grihas ashram, you get married, you settle down, and so on and so forth. If you live to be 65, and then if you're lucky, right, you practice renunciation while from home, start to let go. Let go? Huh. One for like 80 years devotees. At that point, he wanted to get a lady to kill mosquito. Yeah, you're going to kill mosquito. Tell me about a human being. We create our own problems, devotees. And a lady want to kill mosquito, no? You can't go no spray on them. Devotees, and if you live to be 75 and over, sannyas, renunciation. This is why I'm making the point. Many of us, if you look at the natural system, as we get older, the senses become debilitated. Different conditions obtain. You can't do the same thing again. So therefore you adjust gracefully to the aging process. Hinduism has given us all that. Okay? I don't know how many people follow it. But devotees, this Brahman was married. So therefore, he had his wife. That's why he married, right? Both of them lived together. This Brahman, whatever he got, unsolicited. All understand that word? Unsolicited. I've been made to understand that many times people, the Pundit, when they're going to give them a seed, happen, say, hey, hold up. Double that. Put some more inside it. Put something else inside it. You're making demand. That's not Panditai. You're speculating on religion. If I have such a Pandit, last time he came by me. Believe me, I couldn't care less. You exploiting? Dakshina is what the Sutras offer of their own free accord. Once I do a yag, puja, Vinosh, and he said, Baba, you satisfied? I said, satisfied with what? With what I give you, no? I don't even watch what you give me. I say, you have to satisfy that you get the best you could do, not me. Why are you asking me that? But maybe I old and stupid, I don't know. But I have never been like that. My 50-something years of a Pandit, never, ever. Because I follow my father's footsteps. I follow my guru's footsteps. Never make any demands of anybody at all. Never, ever. There are many gods on here could testify to it. Never. It's against my conscience to do that. So this is why I'm saying, this is where we get it from. He's detached. We're craving for dakshina. What you get, you take. When you get, stay quiet and go home. Yeah. And the don't devotees importantly. My perspective, Vinosh, I'm doing a yag for you. And I want you to be pleased. You making the sacrifices. You follow? So there were times like once, somebody said, Ma'am Guruji, you go drink tea? I say, yeah, make some tea and bring it for me. Half an hour passed, 45 minutes, all about. I get up and go home quiet. Me vex, the lady busy. Family to see about. You think I want to get vexed and cause pain for that lady? No, I wouldn't do that. I prefer make a sacrifice for you to get blessings than be play up high and mighty. I'm going to give slap. I won't do that. When I do that, I use up my spiritual power unnecessarily. For what? So devotees, you see, this is why I keep saying Pandits must be in a certain way. I'm not attacking anybody, But you keep hearing things. People keep complaining. The attitude and behavior and so on and so forth. The demands that they make. This Brahman devotee is whatever he got unsolicited. Never make any demands. He did what he had to do. Right? Whatever he got, if it's what they call Siddha, Dakshina, whatever, he will carry it home and give it to his wife. He had nothing to do with that. He ain't going to check in and see how much I get. And how much I could get next day. No, I ain't doing that. So I tell her no what I do also. Do you think I want to go and do all that? I don't care. Your mind at a different level. But you do what you have to do, because if you see you do what you're supposed to do, but back squeeze and whatever scriptures say, I'm not putting any pressure on anybody. You have to know your mind. This is the important thing. You have to know your mind. But some people look at this as a work, paying for the hour work you do. What? Devotees, the wife at home now is very important. If you have a good wife at home, you're okay, And the Pandits will know that, the Pandit's wife will know how hard their life could be. Now, check like me, for instance, all my life, nearly all my life, outside, all over, what is my wife doing at home? Taking care of the children, keeping the house going, right? Sometimes only in the risk, you don't know if bandits might come. I hope not. Protection is there. We are doing genuine sacrifice. But the Pundit's wife, you have to commend them more than the Pundits, I'm telling you that. And so the young Pundits who are not yet married, or watch ball getting by. Yeah? Don't pick up all kind, You have to get the kind that understand your culture, understand your lineage, and prepare to make sacrifice. Otherwise your house gone through. Okay? But again, that's another topic, so let me go on. His wife, the Brahman's wife, really good person. So whatever she will get, notice. And how much you will get? Long time. Now you're getting good seed, huh? Yeah, you're getting rice and flour, all them kind of thing. You're getting whatever. Long time, how much seed are you getting? I guess so much rice. In those days. Whatever she will get. क्षुधा के मारे पीड़ित होने से, समस्त अंगों से कृषित, और जो अनप्राप्त हो उसे पति को परोस दे, आप भूखी रह जाए. She would take that, whatever she gets, she would cook it and make sure her husband eat. She would starve. She would starve. Because the home doesn't have enough. That is Pativrata Dharma. And she ain't pack up and gone, many wives today, you can't buy that gold chain from me, I go, gone. Somebody go buy it for me, gone. You can't provide comfort for me, I gone. No, she took vows. Self-sacrifice. No gain without pain. And watch and see. Poverty, weakness, body became thin, but maintaining her duties and responsibilities. And when I mention all these things, sometimes somebody really will say, well, there's a man who write a book, boy. Yeah, I can't argue with people. Devotees, she was a pativrata. She would remain hungry, make sure the husband is taken care of. Duty. Yeah. So one day, some time passed like this. How long could you remain in this kind of poverty, devotees? Grief. One day, बहुत दुखित. She was very, very unhappy. और भय के मारे, but in fear also. She wanted to approach her husband, but you don't know what he will see, how he will react. And that is nothing new for many wives. You have to watch the man's face and see what color he's looking at before you talk to him. Correct? And all of us know that? All right. But that in Ramayana, when Bhagwan Shankar sat under that spreading tree, that kadam tree, Nilgiri Parbat, Kailash Parbat, when Parvati Ma saw you looking like he's comfortable and relaxed, now the time to talk to him. Yeah. So if you want to talk to the husband, especially want to ask him for money to buy sari and thing, and want to what? Wait, the man in a good mood now. Or like psychology. Right? So devotees, she what would he say? Because of what she wanted to ask. What she wanted to ask. Thar kamti, body trembling. Not because of abuse and thing. She was wondering whether I'm going to do the right thing. What she was going to do. She approached her husband and she said to him in a very nice tone. No, sometimes many wives who see already husband, right? Hey boy! All ever hear that? Some always do it right here, so I know that. Yeah. God sent me to harass people, devotees. You're supposed to respect. But anyway, maybe that's love. That is love, They get old, hey! That is love. When you're young, honey, darling, when you get old, hey! Hey, you can't say nice word again. Strange how human beings behave. But devotees, whatever it may be, terms of endearment, help to cement a relationship. So whatever the term of endearment is, whether it's alupai, pai pai, macaroni pie, whatever, call them however you want, once you understand and appreciate it. So devotees, in a nice way, she approached her husband, hey Brahman, Swami, मैंने सुना है कि साक्षात लक्ष्मी के पति ब्रह्म भक्त शरणागत के पालक यादवों में श्रेष्ठ भगवान श्री कृष्णचंद्र तुम्हारी सखा है. अहो, बड़भागी साधुओं में के परम आश्रय भगवान श्री कृष्णचंद्र के पास तुम जाओ ना. दुखित कुटुंबी तुमको वे बहुत सा धन देंगे. भोज वृष्णि अंधक यह यादवों के गोत्र है. इनके ईश्वर भगवान श्री कृष्णचंद्र अब द्वारकापुरी में विराजते हैं. वे अपने चरण कमलों के स्पर्श करने वालों को आत्मा तक दे देते हैं. जगत के गुरु भगवान श्री कृष्णचंद्र को भजन करने वाले अपने भक्तों को परिणाम में दुख रूप धन और विषय का देना कुछ बहुत नहीं है. इस प्रकार कोमल वचनों से स्त्री ने बहुत प्रार्थना की. She said to him, hands joined, a nice submissive manner, relaxed. Oh, Swami, husband, beloved one, I happen to hear that Lord Krishna is your friend. He is the Lord of Dwarika Puri. He lives in Dwarika. And he has helped so many. All his families and so on who were hiding in all places because of Kans. He freed them from persecution. Kind of liberated them to make them feel comfortable. Remove their poverty, remove their distress, remove their fear. And the bhajan says that, tu chahe to sab kuch kar de, विश्व को भी अमृत कर दे, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे. We all sing it. In every funeral you sing it. You know what it means? Understand the meaning? Praising that Lord. Well, whatever you want to do is easily done. You bring fulfillment to the life of all those who meditate upon you, who surrender to you. We all know that devotees. This is what she was implying. That Krishna Bhagavan did so much for so many, and he's your friend. And here we are living in abject poverty. Maybe if you go to him, his blessing will be upon us. And our situation, this poverty will be alleviated. Oh Swami, why don't you go to your friend? His blessings will be with us. Sudama Brahman heard it. No quarrel, no fight. But I was telling somebody today, you could agree to disagree without being disagreeable. What was the Brahman's position when he heard that? तब तो सुदामा ब्राह्मण उत्तम यश वाली श्री कृष्ण चंद्र का दर्शन होगा, यह बड़ा लाभ है. इस प्रकार मन में विचार कर जानने की इच्छा करने लगी कि स्त्री से बोले कि हे मंगल रूपिणी, तेरे घर में कुछ भेद देने को हो तो ला. यह सुन सुदामा की स्त्री किसी पड़ोसी ब्राह्मण के घर से 4 मुट्ठी चावल मांग लाई और सुदामा के कपड़े में बांधने लगी. श्री सुखदेव जी बोले कि हे राजन, इस प्रकार श्री कृष्ण चंद्र के भेद देकर सुदामा को विदा किया. Sudama Brahman devotees, the idea appealed to him. What part of the idea appealed to him? Oh, see, I keep saying you have to break down everything in the devotees. The wife said, go to Krishna, he will help us. He removes everybody's troubles. Her mind was on removing the troubles. What was Sudama's mind on? Oh, no losses at all in see my long-time friend Krishna. Absolutely no thought of asking for help to remove trouble, problem and so on. Friend, but this was also unconditional surrender. You accept whatever comes your way in life. You don't challenge it. That Lord knows best. This is what they call Nishkam Bhav. There are 2 ways we pray, Sakam and Nishkam. When you pray, God give me the 6 numbers, I want to win the lotto. God give me this, God give me that, give me. That is Sakam. This is Nishkam. No thought of asking for anything. None whatsoever. His main focus was, as a matter of fact, what we begging for? Darshan. Darshan Dukhanasham. Devotees, most of us want to see God for what? I don't know what. I mean, if you want to see God, you know for what? To ask Him for something, you know. For see God, I go ask Him for all kind of thing. Have a long wish list. Longer than the Mahapatra list. You know who the Mahapatra is? When somebody dead, the Mahapatra give you a long list before us to say from Porospen to point 14. Since we have Venice, I say from Porospen to Caracas. The list stretched for us. Yeah? For what? So devotees, this Brahman understood. Yes, no problem, I will go. But he said, you know what? I have to carry something to my friend. I can't go empty-handed. Now this is Hindu ethics. You don't go by a friend's house empty-handed. Long time we know that, right? When Nani come in, you sure you're getting lion bheli. You sure you're getting something to eat. Yeah? But now in today's world, what happened? They come in with empty pocket, empty basket, and they go in pocket full, basket full, and belly full. They throw out everything you have. He who takes without giving is a thief, devotees. Gita tells us that. When the sages put these practices for us, It's not to put us in bondage. It's to free us from bondage. Like, for instance, when we pass Aarti every night, some people say they're making a collection for the Baba, you go buy gas. I go buy my own gas, boy. Yeah. You know why they pass Aarti? You sit here, accommodation, opportunity to socialize, perform devotion, everything else. You get in. What you put in back? What you give in back? You put something in the Aarti that you give him back for what you have received. You choose. Nobody force you. That is to free you from debt. That is what it is, you know. When you plant the crops and so on, Puraan tells us, the first picking, they say, give it to a holy man. Well, these days people say, well, holy man what? He could buy you unta carry. I have no problem now. Give it in charity. You have children's homes, senior citizens' homes. Give it in charity. Why? Because when you're tilling that soil and so on, you kill ants, insects, different creatures. That is minor pap, minor sin. To atone for that minor sin, the sages tell us, give this in charity. The first picking. It's to free you. Okay? But when we do understand, nonsense people talk and condemn, criticize. No devotees. Our sages are no fools. And they do everything for our sake. So all this thing about you going by somebody, when you go by somebody's house, I'm sure they will ask you to sit down, unless you're going to thief. Right? They ask you to sit down, drink something, eat something. They, so to compensate for all that, you carry something. Long time, when there's a yag, I don't know, maybe still happening, eh? Many people still come, they bring flowers. Long time they bring in flowers. Yeah. They bring in fruits, they bring in something given to the yag. That is excellent. These are practices that our ancestors passed on to us devotees. Not stinginess, selfishness. You give. Don't take only. Give also. Okay? So devotees, this Brahman said, oh Mangal Rupini. Now look how he called your wife, eh? How he was called Savi, boy? Savi. So he called his wife, he said, hey Mangal Rupini, oh form of bliss. And I said, you know, terms of endearment, cement relationship. Bhagwan Shankar will call Goddess Parvati, hey Sundar Mukhi, hey Sundar Netravali, oh beautiful faced one, oh beautiful eyed one. If the lady ugly, say, hey beautiful one. It will help. It will help the relationship. You understand? Terms of endearment. This is psychological. Yeah. You call a person a donkey, keep calling him a donkey, he will start to boy one day devotees. Yeah. So we have to be very careful. Speech is so powerful. Speech is Vani, Devi. It has effect. So all these things, little points, good to notice. And these things can help relationships. You know? I mean, if the wife vexes something which is normal, you cannot suffer away anything. Right? When your husband vexes, you tell him nothing. Wait until he be in a better mood. Try different ways, different strategies. You're living together, man. Have that respect for each other. Respect. You might have anger or whatever, but if respect is not there, the relationship falls apart. Okay? So devotees, these two, poverty, all kind of hardships. She had one sari, that when the Brahman go to puja, go wash it and hang it out, hide inside the house, dry it and put it back on. If any woman have one sari, you know, you kill the husband. Trouble. You got to waste funds to buy sari. The world will know. My husband can't buy sari for me. Devotees, no abuse, but just circumstances. And now the Brahman said, oh, Mangal Rupini, I can't go empty-handed to my friend. Could you give me something to carry? The Brahman not thinking anything home because he not focused on what he have home, you know. When I said that, Vairagya, he doesn't know what he have home. He would expect, he didn't even know that his wife will cook that little bit of rice he give him to eat it, and she would starve. He didn't even know that, and she would not say it. Because if she says she's looking for name and fame, you lose your merits. Anytime you boast about what you do, you lose your merits. She wouldn't say anything at all. All these are principles, devotees. Principles. They were so poor, they had nothing in the home. She went to a neighbor's house, another holy man, and she borrowed 4 handfuls of rice. Parched rice. And she brought it and she tied it in. What they put it in? You think they have any bargaining they put it in? She took the Brahman, long time they have the angocha, like a kind of shawl around the neck, no? She took that and tied in a corner of it. Tied the 4 handfuls of rice. And shall be careful not to pull it too hard. Are you going to bust? Yeah? So devotees, that kind of poverty, do we know it? To borrow rice? Now some of us who live long time, we know that happened. You'll borrow some sugar from the neighbor, right? Borrow some rice, whatever. Now we do this thing, but that kind of poverty still exists in Trinidad. Eh? Poverty. The greatest unhappiness is poverty. Bhagwan Sri Ram said. Devotees, Sudama Brahman, overjoyed, he's going to his friend Kanhaiya, Krishna, who he didn't see from a very, very long time. And so devotees, he had to walk from where he lived to Dwarika Puri. I don't know how far it was. We went to where he lived in India. We went to his home and so on, right? Sudama Brahman. And I really can't average in my head how far away Dwarika Puri was. But you see, you understand, Dwarika Puri sank. All you know that. Right? And when we say all these things, people say, what stupidness are they talking? When NASA scanned India, they saw Dwarika Puri on the western coast of India underneath the sea. That is not story, that's a fact. It happened. Right? But Dwarika was above ground at that point in time. And tomorrow maybe I'll explain to you what happened, how it happened, why it happened. Tomorrow as we conclude the year. Devotees, Sulama Brahman, walking. But when the Lord in your mind, as we keep saying, obstacles are what you see when you take your eyes off your goals. His mind was on Kanhaiya, nothing else. That long journey, nothing mattered. Devotees going and is chanting in his mind. Kanhaiya, that Lord. Krishna Murari, Bhava Bhaya Hari, He Giridhari Gopal, He Giridhari Gopal, Kunja Vihari, Krishna Murari, He Giridhari Gopal, He Giridhari Gopal, He Giridhari Gopal. Everything for him was Giridhari Gopal. Now we must remember, he was a childhood friend of Krishna. And from since childhood, he didn't see Bhagwan Krishna. So in his mind would be the child Krishna, Gopal, Nandalal. Krishna Murari, Bhava Bhaya Hari, He Giridhari Gopal, He Giridhari Gopal. Kunja Vihari, Krishna Murari, Hridaya Vihari Gopal, Shama Murari Gopal, Kunja Vihari, Hridaya Vihari, Shama Murari Gopal, He Giridhari Gopal, He Giridhari Gopal, He Giridhari Gopal, Krishna Murari, Bhava Bhaya Hari, He Giridhari Gopal, He Giridhari Gopal. He कुंज विहारी हृदय विहारी श्याम मुरारी गोपाल कृष्ण मुरारी गोपाल कुंज विहारी हृदय विहारी श्याम मुरारी गोपाल हे गिरिधारी गोपाल हे गिरिधारी गोपाल हे गिरिधारी गोपाल हे गिरिधारी. Devotees, approaching Dwarikapuri, the footsteps hastened. The heart was racing. You know, when you have to meet an and dear one, distance kept you apart. Approaching, what is in the mind? How would our Lord be? Devotees, the sages, the devas, they all pray for darshan. Darshan of Kanhaiya. They pray, they beg, Kanhaiya, darshan do. Tarry Nandalal, devotees, from ever since, seeking the darshan of the Lord. Pyare Nandalal, darshan dero. Pyare Nandalal, darshan dijo. यशोदा के बाल दर्शन दीजो यशोदा के बाल यशोदा के लाल दर्शन दीजो प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो नटवर लाल दर्शन दीजो नटवर लाल दर्शन दीजो हाँ दर्शन दीजो हाँ दर्शन दीजो नटवर लाल दर्शन हे गिरिधर पर दर्शन दीजो गिरिधर बाल दर्शन दीजो प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो हे यशोदा के बाल दर्शन दीजो यशोदा के बाल यशोदा के लाल यशोदा के बाल दर्शन दीजो प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो प्यारे नंदलाल दर्शन दीजो हाँ दर्शन दीजो दर्शन दीजो हाँ दर्शन दीजो. From ever since devotees, the devotees crave darshan. Sudama, how long he never saw his Kanhaiya. Hastening footsteps, racing heart, and mind totally absorbed by thoughts of Kanhaiya. This is the way to be. You can refer to this as Nirudhaman, mind withdrawn from everything, focused total on divinity. Devotees, he reached Dwarikapuri. He reached to that palace where Lord Krishna resides. Now earlier on I said that Krishna Bhagavan was never king. He was a kingmaker. The king of Dwarikapuri was called Satrajit, not Krishna Bhagavan. See, Ram was king. Krishna Bhagavan was a kingmaker. Now, some may say, but how was he live in a palace? So what happened? You have to be a king to live in a palace? You have to be a king to live in a palace? They call all those palaces beautiful. Standing outside, God, this old Brahman, you know, devotees, if you could visualize how he would be, very thin, no hair, but you could look around and see, you'll see plenty like that. Nice churki, right? Eyes sunken, you know, the chest here, you look like what's coming about. All the ribs showing, Janeu, but upright and spirit bright, even though the body may look physically. Devotees, when the Dwarpal saw this Brahman, he said, Pranam. He said, I want to meet Krishna. Krishna, who are you? What should I tell Krishna, the Lord himself, that who is here to meet him? He said, just tell him that his longtime friend, Sudama, has come to meet him. Where was Bhagavan Krishna? He was sitting on a palang, a swing, no? They call it a swing, right? With Rukmini, his consort. Both of them sitting, relaxing. This Dwarpal came in and bowed, Prabhu, there's an old Brahman outside. He said, he has come to meet you. And he said his name is Sudama. From the time Bhagavan heard Sudama, he said, Sudama, Sudama. And he jumped up like, he's sitting on a hot potato, jump up. And he rushed outside to meet his long-time friend. Long-time friend. Devotees, this may sound simple, but you have to understand the kind of love that exists in this relationship. When Bhagavan saw Sudama, you can imagine. Now, the last time they met, we're going to hear, they were very young. Now, Sudama, old, you know, Bhagavan Krishna, full grown, you know, he's Lord, as we say. Disparity between both of them. One very, very wealthy, one very, very poor. What caused all that? Anyway, devotees, Bhagavan invited Sudama inside, and he gave him a special seat upon which to sit. And he washed the feet of that holy man, extended hospitality to him, you know, things to eat and so on and so forth. And devotees, after all that, then Rukmini was puzzled. I can't understand this. Now, if it's today's world, you can't be puzzled, you'll be frightened. If your husband get up and run to meet a fellow outside, so. Understand what I mean? I'm not going to go too much into that detail. Right? But devotees, Bhagavan Sri Krishna was, but Rukmini, she was taken aback. How come Krishna, the Lord, left me sitting here and run out to meet this poor beggar? So devotees, she inquired. In a nice, kind way, Prabhu, who is he? The bhajan says, Sudama ko dekh si Krishna hase, dhire dhire jai dwarika pahuche, tandula bhet diye. Sudama ko dekh si Krishna hase, dhire dhire jai dwarika pahuche, tandula bhet diye. Sudama ko Sudama ko dekh si Krishna hase, Sudama ko dekh si Krishna hase, dhire dhire jai dwarika pahuche, tandula bhet diye. Sudama ko dekh si Krishna hase, dhire dhire jai dwarika pahuche. Sudama Brahman devotees reached to that spot. And as I mentioned, Bhagavan Sri Krishna washed his feet. The bhajan is saying, Charan pakhariya san baithai, modak pan le, चरण पखारिया सन बैठाए मोदक पान दिए। तब हसी हसी रुक्मिणी पूछत हरि जी से, हसी हसी रुक्मिणी पूछत हरि जी से, अरे नाथ ये कौन न लगे, कौन न लगे, हुई ही नाथे कौन लगे, हे नाथे कौन लगे। देख श्री कृष्ण हसे धीरे धीरे जाई द्वारिका पहुँचे, हे तंदुल भेद दिए सुदामा को। सुदामा को देख श्री कृष्ण हसे, सुदामा को देख श्री कृष्ण हसे धीरे धीरे जाए द्वारिका पहुँचे, तंदुल भेद दिए सुदामा को। हाय बालापन के मित्र सुदामा एक पाठशाला पढ़े। रुक्मिणी, you want to know who is he? बालापन के मित्र, my childhood friend Sudama, एक पाठशाला पढ़े. We studied the Gurukul Sandipani Guru together. This is who he is. Rukmini knew better than to interfere between two old-time friends. Bhagwan Krishna state of ecstasy, overjoyed. बालापन के मित्र सुदामा एक पाठशाला पढ़े, सूरदास प्रभु तुम्हारे दर्श को, सूरदास प्रभु तुम्हारे दर्श को, भूजा पसावलिए, भूजा पसावलिए सुदामा को। देखा श्री कृष्ण हसे धीरे धीरे जाय द्वारिका पहुँचे, हे तंदुल भेद दिए सुदामा को। सुदामा को देख श्री कृष्ण हसे, सुदामा को देख श्री कृष्ण हसे धीरे धीरे जाय द्वारिका पहुँचे, तंदुल भेद दिए सुदामा को। देखा श्री कृष्ण हसे धीरे धीरे तंदुल भेद दिए सुदामा को। देखा श्री कृष्ण हसे धीरे धीरे। Devotees, so Rukmini understood what was taking place. And these two friends, Bhagwan and that Brahman Sudama, sat down and, you know, when friends meet after a long time, they start to talk about long time. Now, why Sudama was so poor and was suffering so much? What caused it? And I've been saying every day so far, every cause has an effect concealed, every effect is cause revealed. Nothing happens without a cause. There's a reason for everything, good or bad. Why Sudama was suffering all these years? Now, devotees, I'll tell you briefly. Both Sudama and Bhagwan Krishna, they were in the ashram Sandipani, Guru. So, you know, they would remain at Gurukul and they would clean the place, do various things. In other words, the Guru will train them to become self-sufficient, independent, and teach them scriptures. So one day, the godmother told Sudama, who was the elder of the two, Sudama, go with Bhagavan Krishna and cut firewood. But she gave him some sweets. Keep this and share it with Krishna. Share it with Krishna. Yes, Sudama Brahman took those sweets from Krishna Bhagwan. He went into the forest. And Bhagwan tests devotees. I keep saying that over and over. Over and over. Bhagwan tests us. He created a storm. Now, while they were cutting wood, he was separated from Sudama. He one way, Sudama elsewhere. That storm, place became black, daylight, dark clouds, thunder. And the devotees, in that darkness, Sudama, he decided that, you know what? Krishna, he didn't see when Godmother gave me the sweets. And now he ain't seen me, so I'll eat all myself. And he ate out all the sweets, as if Bhagwan wasn't seen. The Lord sees without eyes, devotees. He's present in every single atom of creation. Now we want to know why a simple thing like that? No simple thing. He disobeyed the instructions of his godmother. He betrayed the trust of a friend. He practiced greed. Greed. And that is the key word here, greed. Yeah? Bhagwan smiled. Sudama, you think Bhagwan hungry? He thirsty devotees, man. And because of that, Sudama lived a life of abject poverty. No matter what he did. Greed caused it. Greed. But you know what? He was a spiritualist. This helped him tremendously. It didn't affect him because his mind was not of the world. He was dispassionate. But the wife now, his family would suffer. So now she also became part of that. And so this was a mistake that Sudama made. That karma, disobeyed godmother, broke the trust of the friend, even though it was God. And devotee's greed, consumed all the sweets himself. So, you know, when people want to hide and eat away everything, all to fix up now. You know, fix up. I keep saying that more and more people are going to suffer in this world, you know, because the kind of greed we see taking place. I mean, let me do the digression. I mean, everybody know. Go ahead, all you know. Devotees, Bhagwan Sri Krishna trying to take Sudama back. See, Sudama, you can remember that day when Godmother sent us into the forest? So he not come and tell him straight away, you eat the sweets, you know. He wants Sudama to say it. Remember Ambrish? When Ambrish disrespected, but Durvasha disrespected Ambrish, I think that was Tuesday night Katha. He had to go back and seek Ambrish forgiveness, not God. You can't do your stupidness and ask God forgiveness. You can't hurt somebody and say, God forgive me. The person has to forgive you. But you know what? Even if the person forgives you, you still have to suffer your karma. Because you plant that seed. Who asked you to be so stupid to do wrong things? But when the person forgives, what that means? The person not carrying baggage again. And not carrying baggage. If you don't forgive, you have vengeance in your heart. Revenge. You commit bad karmas yourself. All the psychological circumstances, devotees, forgiveness is for the person who forgives. So you don't carry baggage again. But the person who did you wrong, your karma coming back to haunt you. Unless you unconditionally surrender to God, which is highly unlikely. But devotees, the first step in correction is acceptance. You have to accept you're wrong. You can't be wrong and play strong. You're a fool man with that, not God. Karma comes back to haunt you. So devotees, dragging gradually, Sudama, you remember? And remember the storm? Devotees, Sudama cringe. You know, in his mind, he knew everything. When you do something wrong, you could forget it. And this is why I keep telling people again, when you see Guru Puraan tell you, I have a fellow called Chitragupta. He write down everything that everybody do for 24 hours every day. Think about now, the whole house. We have more than 10 billion people in the world. Some of them living so long they can't even dead. You have to write down. Chitragupta writing down everything. Which man could do that? Which man could do that? This is when it's taken Guru Puraan literally. Chitragupta means secret picture. Chitra means picture and Gupt means secret. In everybody's life there's a secret picture. Something that you know. You don't want anybody else to know. You don't have to confess something, but you know it. And devotees, who knows of the secret picture of your life? One fellow tell me God. I say, God must care about you. You think he worry about you? God has time for him stupidness? He is impartial witness. Devotees, you are the only person to know everything about you. Everything. Others may a certain amount. But everything, all the secrets, you are the one who know it. And therefore, Chitragupta is within each person. And who is Chitragupta? The recording ability of your own mind. Everything you do, everything you say, everything is recorded inside of you. Satya hai. You see when you're talking and somebody sneezes, who will sneeze and not cough? You see when they sneeze, they're talking the truth. I won't lie here. You have to understand scriptures. So this is why everybody, you know what you do. When it's time for what they call Judgment Day, when Chitragupta comes, who is Chitragupta? When you see Hardeo lie down there, that's me, no? Time to go. Yes, Hardeo himself come in. Nobody else. When Hardeo say, how dare you do that? I can't say no, you lie. Because I'm talking to myself. You can't get away. Nobody gets away. Play games now. Now, if you understand what I'm saying, if Chitragupta is a man, they could bribe him. They could pass him out. That can't happen, man. It's your own mind. But you see, many people don't want to interpret scriptures like this because they take them out of their comfort zone. And you remain in ignorance. Ignorance is bliss. To me, that ignorance is stupidity. Murkhasya aushadhi naski. No cure for that stupidity. So devotees, if people understand, that's why I keep saying, everybody on your own, you know. You could do what you want. I could have 10 children. I could have whatever. You see, I'm still alone. I have to fish up everything by myself. And we have to understand this, you see. Even Guru Puraan tell you, if you have 10 sons, no, you live like a bhaksh. I will give all the minat bhaksh words some one of these days. And then 10 fellows put pinda for you all about. That will liberate you. What about your karmas? Don't talk no rubbish, man. That comfort zone. You have to free yourself. Nobody can free you. Unless that person is an a devotee of God. Unconditionally surrendering to God. In any lineage, you have one such devotee. The lineage, they are liberated. Not otherwise. Not put in pinda all about, no? So all put pinda all about. Keep putting pinda. Practicality doesn't exist. Ignorance exists. And people they play upon your fear and make you do all kind of nonsense. And it ends up being nothing. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And you know what? Only Hindu, eh? Christian die, bury, eat, and then Muslim die, bury them. Hindu die, 1 year, pinda here, pinda there, pinda there. 1 year you can't do this, 6 months you can't do that. Some of them saying 6 months you have to go. You have to offer a cow 6 months. Last night I tell you one of the pundits here, because 6 months ago you're giving up your slippers. So when you walk in 6 months, you must mash up. Shut up, you have to give my next pair of slippers. Now why you do 6 months, Vandava? One smart man come and say, you have to do go down 6 months. Because in 6 months, they wish by Vaitarni. By Vaitarni is devotees. There's distraction, I mean, I'm digressing here. Right? I do not follow blindly. Where is Vaitarni? They say the river in hell. First thing I ask, how do you know I go in hell? The boldface will say you go in hell? And then they may give a cow down. So the cow, I'll hold the cow there and swim across Vaitarni. By the time I dead, that cow dead how much time already? I'm going people belly. Which cow taking me across? What nonsense you telling me? And I saying, don't do it, Don't tell me that's the reason. Right? And again I say, this is space age, boy. Why I hold a cow tail to swim? Donate a helicopter now, boy, you go fly across. Yeah, no problem. But Hinduism bogged down by blind following. And nobody want to understand. You're frightened. Well, let me tell you simple. Krodho Vaivasvato Raja Trishna Vaitarni Nadi. Chanak Maharaj said, anger is death. Trishna, lust, is a river in hell. The river Vaitarni. Lust is a river Vaitarni, right here. When you give a cow down, that what you put there, that represents the river of lust. The cow represents senses. What makes you a slave to lust? Not to senses. So the whole practice is to give a cow down to a spiritualist who has the capacity to help you to rise beyond these negativities. That's your objective, And if you give a cow down to a man who, I don't want to say bad thing now, he's more lustful than you. You trying to go beyond it and he have 5 wives. He will help you? Who helping who? They sing a song bad. I like to make it song bad. Because we are falling stupidness all the time. Nobody say, don't do it. Don't tell me, if I do that, a person, that will find hell. And my father died. So, how long he died? Don't give a cow down. So the cow will take him across. You know my father is? Hindus, sometimes I wonder what happened to all of us, Not me, no? All you. Stupid belief, foolishness, frightened to question. We ask all these things. Why you tell me buy size 9 Nike shoes? And you tell me soul assume the form of a thumb size individual. Thumb size. Who thumb? Mine? The Mahapat? The fellow who dead? Whose thumb? They don't understand. The thumb symbolizes Brahm. Purush. When they say the soul assumes the thumb size individual, it's not a physical thing. That soul that now leaves the body is called Purush. but identifying with the world of objects. How do you get people to understand that, devotees? Understand the point? Sometimes you can't get Pundit to understand that. Me talking about guests, I keep saying that over and over. Look at try boreholes in it. I know what I'm telling you. And don't forget I'm an Orthodox Pundit. That means I'm a blind Orthodox Pundit. I believe that time, place, circumstance, you make adaptations, understand the principle. If they say, Naindang Chindanti Sastrani, fire can't burn the soul, water can't wet it, where are you buying shoes and giving the soul? And fire can't burn it. The sun have bunny head, the soul have foot, the soul have head. Ask the question. The soul have a caste. And I make that point, Vinosh. God of Puraan say 40 days Asudra Bhandava, 17 days Vaishya, 13 days Kshatri, and 12 days Brahman. Everybody doing Bhandava in 13 days. Everybody come Kshatri now. If I ask you what you are, what are you? What are you? You don't know what they call so. You don't know what they call so. If I ask you what goat you belong to, one person say, Baba, I don't mind goats. Goat means lineage. They don't even understand. Everything fall apart. We still the same stupidness. And then the caste, devotees, the soul has caste. When that soul, Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham, Nam Adi Bheda Rahitam, Shadabhava Sunyam, no name, no differentiation, no modifications. That is the soul. So don't tell me you're doing all everything for the soul, And then don't tell me you're doing for the body, because we burned the body already. Body's already burnt. So devotees, maybe we have to have some special discourses on these things to get people out of this agyan, ignorance, blindness, and only Hindus. Boy, so the young ones were frightened to be born a Hindu. I asked this question during the course of COVID, 2 weeks, one family, 6 people died. How much do you think this Bhandava you go do, boy? By the time we finish that, you are all dead. Think about it now. And what is this for? So I'll leave you with this. And I'm saying, the day of the funeral, whatever I do for the departed person, that is all I can do for them. Whatever I do afterwards is for me. I am offering my debts of gratitude to all. 5 debts for you. Devarin, Pitarin, Rishirin, society, and the lower forms of creation. Everything we do after that funeral is repaying these 5 debts of gratitude. And this is why I keep saying, why I have to wait 13 days? And I'm saying this publicly. People know that. I have done many bhandavas in 5 days. And no soul come back and tell me you're hungry. Because the soul do eat food. They do eat food. And when I check, the change in paradigm. People have to work. The world's a global village. People have to come from away. I ask Kishan, if he has to come and do 13, let me don't say that way. We don't want that to happen yet. Right? Your boss won't understand Bhandava and Trinidad, boy, that you want to find a next job, boy. Find a next job. So devote a lot of these things. When the challenge in the state, school is a challenge. People are accustomed to something. And sometimes they say, well, the old people can't change. Is that old man change, why? Yeah, old man talking here. Don't tell me no stupidness. You see, devotees? Practicality, logicality. We have to free our people from all this bondage that they're in. And not to mention somebody die for 1 year, you can't do nothing. No, you can't go temple hunting. Can't do puja. You could drink from me, Yeah, you could lime. Go gamble hunting. You can't go temple. You can't do puja hunting. Rubbish. You live in this world, you're a businessman, you're getting a good bargain. For your business, you see, my father dead, I can't do any business, I have to be there for a year. Wait, you wait. Practicality is missing. Logicality is missing. Fear and superstition dominant. You want to get out of that. I don't know how it's quite here. But sometimes these things bring talk. And we won't always have this opportunity. But I want everybody to understand. You know what I understand? Sometimes people condemn what I'm saying. But when you see he who wears the shoes, no weight pinching. When it happened to you, you're glad to make adjustment. You're glad to make adjustment. Don't wait for that now. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're maintaining the principles, but you're making adaptations. Desh, Kal, Avasar. Time, place, and circum. This is not India. Here is not India. Even India, they do all that. Okay? So devotees, having said all that, some people get vexed and what? I say, who vexed Lord? All I fix up. Right? So devotees, this Brahman devotees, coming close. He said, oh Lord, in his mind, you know everything. You know everything. You know what I did. I know what I did. That guilt is here, Lord. But you like flogging a dead horse? Chama, Prabhu, chama. In his heart. Bhagwan knows the mind of all, of every one of us. And Bhagwan laughed, oh friend Sudama, after so long, you married? No, you want to find out any family and so on? Change the talk. And then after some time, Bhagwan said, after so long you came to meet me, you didn't bring anything for me? Nothing? Sudama was embarrassed. He started to hide the parched rice that he had. Because when he saw the luscious dishes and so on, everything, he would give some parched rice. He began to hide it. You could hide from Bhagwan. Bhagwan said, hey, you have something, you brought something for me. And he grabbed it. When he grabbed it, that cloth was so old. It tore, it burst, and all the rice scattered in the ground. When the rice scattered, devotee, Bhagwan, and he said, Patram pushpam phalam tuyam. A flower, a drop of rice, a drop of water, grain, whatever you offer, you're hungry, But he bowed, disinterested spirit, with love. Bhagwan wanted to carry, Sudama wanted to carry this out of love for Sudama, not wanted to ask for anything at all. All the conditions were fulfilled. Bhagwan said, I personally partake of that which is offered to me by that devotee of purified intellect. Personally. Devotees, when Bhagwan saw that, he said, oh Sudama, you remembered. For Bhagwan Krishna, that was a delicacy when they were young growing up. Parched rice, take up a handful, he did take up a, Bhagwan picked up a handful and threw it into his mouth. The Lord was uncontrollable. The love of his devotee had him like this. He swallowed the whole one handful of rice. And little we realized that first handful he swallowed, Sudama got everything in the material plane, physical world. He picked up a second handful to swallow it, everything in the intermediate sphere. And he picked up the third handful to swallow it. Rukmini held his hand. Lord, you want to share it with me? Or you want to give me away and all too? I mean the heavenly visions, no? If you give away the heavenly visions, you give away Rukmini, Lakshmi Ma. She held him back. It just tells us that that Lord is overpowered by the love of his devotees. Nothing difficult for him to do, devotees. Nothing. And when I think about this, I feel very bad. That Lord could do anything for us, so much for us. And what do we give him in return? Even some time we can't find for him. Not that he needs it, but gratitude, no? Devotees, Sudama was blessed, and then he said, I must return. You have to go back. One day's union, you must go. And so he left. Sudama, mind, only Krishna Kanhaya. Oh, what wonderful, meeting this was. And, he proceeded to go home. He reached where he thought he was living. But you see the first handful of Bhagwan Krishna ate, that old house that they lived in was transformed immediately. Tu chahe to sab kuch kar de, vish ko bhi amr kar de. You have to believe, no devotees, you have to believe. Sudama never asked for anything, but Bhagwan Krishna knew that his wife wanted something. His wife wanted it. And therefore that one handful of rice, all things in material plane, palace, everything that we expect in a palace, the poverty was removed. Sudama wasn't aware of that because he didn't ask for anything. And devotees, when you ask for nothing, there is no expectation. And it's very good to have no expectation because asha dukhasya karanam. Expectation is the cause of unhappiness. All these are scriptural teachings. Expectation is the cause of unhappiness. This is why we are told equanimity, stable mind, practice dispassion. We set up ourselves for problems. But you have to go through it now. Young people, I know you want your house, you want your children, you want your land and so on. You have to go through it. As you keep going and you get all like we, through the process of negation, you will realize that is not the reality, that is not the reality, that is not the reality. You withdraw and you focus on the reality. So we're not condemning it. It serves a purpose. But I'm saying it, become aware, don't get stuck in it. For these things are transient, only for a while. The Lord is permanent. Devotees, Sudama reached to where his house was. He couldn't see the house because he's still thinking old house, right? Then he saw a lady coming out of the house. But he don't watch too much lady and thing. I mean, remember, he's a holy man. This lady, but the lady looking familiar. Well dressed up and come with Aarti and thing to meet Sudama. Was his wife. She didn't know that he didn't ask. But the devotee is that, Lord, what doesn't he know? If the children pray sincerely, that home is blessed. I want everybody to understand that. The answer is that divine devotees. He's the answer to all questions, solution to all of life's problems. Yeah? He will help us as we go through life. Just surrender to him, as Sudama did. But now Sudama in a predicament. What is all this? Wife coming to do arati and thing, welcome him home. Other refined, beautiful things in the home. Things that he never had before. His mind was never upon. He had no urge, no desire. And when he saw that many of the devotees would do, he said, Lord, all the time I was, ordinary, simple, overboard. What are you trying to do with me here now, Lord? You trying to test me? Trying to test me, Lord? With this? He was genuinely immersed in devotion. And he realized that this could be a distraction. And devotees, Surdas, who fully understood this, final bhajan I'm going to do, should pray for everybody. He said, Prabhuji, appealing to Bhagavan Krishna, Prabhuji Mori, avgunchit nadharo. Don't let any impurities come to my mind. Don't distract me with these things, O Lord. The genuine devotees, they want the Lord, they don't want anything else. Like Bhushun, I mentioned that. Give him gyan, vairag, whatever, very sad. Prabhu says, Sri Ram says, Kak, why you depressed? Why you sad? Lord, you give me gyan, you give me vairag, but you didn't give me you. I want you. Parabhakti. When you have the Lord, you lack anything in life? And this is where we fall short. We're caught up in other things. That the wise ones pray, Prabhuji Mori, avgunchit nadharo. Don't let me be distracted by these impurities. So devotees, Sudama reached home, but they lived like the lotus in water, unaffected. This prayer should be for all of us. Won't you pray in your own ways, devotees? Nothing in having your wealth and so on, But what you pray for, don't be affected. Don't become polluted by these things. You have to be the master of these things, not enslaved by these things. Understand what we are saying? So devotees, this prayer. Prabhu Mori avagun chiti nadharu समदर्शी है नाम तिहारो चाहे तो पार करो प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण चिति न धरो प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चिति न धरो प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण चिति न धरो समदर्शी है नाम तिहारो समदर्शी है नाम तिहारो चाहे तो पार करो प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण चिति न धरो प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चिति न धरो एक नदिया एक नार कहवे एक नदिया एक नहर कहवे मैं लोही नीर भरो एक नदिया ही नीर भरो। जब दो मिलकर एक बरन भये, जब दो मिलकर एक बरन भये, सुर श्री नाम पर्यो। सुर श्री नाम पर्यो, प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण चित नाथ। प्रभु मोरे एक लोहा पूजा में राखत, एक लोहा पूजा में राखत, एक घर बधिक पर्यो। एक घर बधिक पर्यो, पारस गुण अवगुण नाही चितवत, पारस गुण अवगुण नाही चितवत, कंचन करत खर्यो। कंचन करत खर्यो, प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चित नाथ। एक ब्रह्म एक जीव कहावे, एक ब्रह्म एक जीव कहावे, सूर श्याम झगड़ो। एक ब्रह्म एक जीव कहावे, सूर श्याम झगड़ो। अब की बेर मोहि पार उतारो, अब की बेर मोहि पार उतारो, नहीं तन जात चरो, नहीं तन जात चरो, प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण चित नाथ। समदर्शी है नाम तिहारो, समदर्शी है नाम तिहारो, चाहे तो पार करो, चाहे तो पार करो, प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण चित नाथ। प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चित नाथ। प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण चित नाथ। Sincere poet. You could have the world, but if no impurities affect the intellect, you're in a good place. Sudama poet, Lord, all the time my mind always in you, on you. With the poverty, with the hardships, whatever, my mind never turned away from you. Not at this point in time shall it happen, O Lord. Prabhuji Muri, Avgunchit Nadhuru. And Lord, Ek Brahm, Ek Jeev. There's one infinite. You are the Brahm. I am the Jeev. Ek Brahm, Ek Jeev kahave. Sursham Jhagaru. Sursham is saying, don't make no confusion in this thing, no? You know what? This Jeev and Brahm, what it is all about? Jeev is part and parcel of Brahm. And Lord, you have promised me Abaki bear mohi paru taru. You promise me to help me cross over this ocean of duality. Nahi pranajat teru Prabhu. Don't allow your boat to fall. Take me across. I don't want to be caught up in this mula mundane existence, Prabhuji. I surrender to you. You can never go wrong like that. Never. All your needs will be fulfilled. And you'll be, at the end of it all, you'll reach to Him. Devotees, Sudama Brahman, that relationship as a friend, he reached to the highest point. And it's up to us to determine what our relationships with that Lord will be. But whichever the relationship, you have to maintain the right attitude, right practices, right principles. But to end it, just remember, as I said earlier, the Lord is the answer to all of life's questions. He is the solution to all of life's problems. Turn to Him. Turn to Him. Not tomorrow, not next year. Tomorrow never comes. जो कल करना सो आज कर ली, जो आज करना सो अब कर ली. Right now. Make a vow in your mind, right in this holy place. Lord, I seek you. I surrender to you. You are my whatever. Establish a relationship and pursue it. Holy Vrindavan Sri Krishna Chandra ki. Devotees, we conclude. Make preparation for the final Havan. Let me apologize for the last 2 days, and tonight we take up 1 or 2 minutes extra. But I always feel, I do like to do devotions like, URP, 7 to 9. From time 9 o'clock off. We try to stop something could stop before 9, But this few minutes extra in devotion could save somebody's life. Let's remember that. So don't get vexed something. Some people get vexed. They just change color. You can really change color if you go that way. Don't play the fool in devotions. Because we're not skylarking here. Okay? So devotees, these few minutes additional blessings for all of us. While the preparation being made for the final Havan, there's your final Kirtan glorifying Kanhaiya. Tomorrow morning we conclude with more Kirtan Bhajan. So devotees, let's concentrate on hello. He Natavara Giridhara Gopal. O Natavara Giridhara Gopal. Niva Prabhu Shama Gopal. Niva Prabhu Shama Gopal. He Natavara Giridhara Gopal. वेद सारी जीवन का धार, हे वेद सारी जीवन का धार, गोपी मनोहर हृदय विहार, हे गोपी मनोहर हृदय विहार, हे नटवरवा गिरिधर गोपाल, ओ नटवरवा गिरिधर गोपाल, ओ जय जय प्रभु गिरिधर नटवर नंद लाला, ओ जय जय प्रभु गिरिधर नटवर नंद लाला, नटवर नंद लाला, हे गिरिधर गोपाल, हे नटवर नंद लाला, गिरिधर, हे गिरिधर गोपाल, नटवर जय जय प्रभु गिरिधर नटवर नंद लाला। गिरिधर गोपाला, हे 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 गिरिधर गोपाला। जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला, राधा गिरिधर गोपाला, कृष्ण गिरिधर गोपाला, जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला, राधा गिरिधर गोपाला, हे माधव मुरहरि मधुर मनोहर गिरिधर गोपाला, माधव मुरहरि मधुर मनोहर गिरिधर गोपाला, हे माधव मुरहरि मधुर मनोहर। जय जय गिरिधर गोपाला, हरि गिरिधर गोपाला, कृष्ण गिरिधर गोपाला, राधा गिरिधर गोपाला। बोल वृंदावन श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। हवन डिवोटीज।
ओम हरि ओम तत्सत। ओम श्री विघ्नेश्वराय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री गौरी माता स्वाहा। ओम श्री पृथ्वी माता स्वाहा। ओम नमश्चंडिकाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी माता स्वाहा। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः स्वाहा। ओम क्रीं काल्याय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री चौसत योगिनी देवी माता स्वाहा। ओम श्री कलशदेवाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री पंचलोकपालिवाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रह देवता स्वाहा। ओम ब्रह्मग्निदेवाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते नारायणाय स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते सूर्याय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रह देवता स्वाहा। ओम श्री उमा महेश्वराय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री केशवाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री सीतारामचंद्राय स्वाहा। ओम श्री ग्राम देवता स्वाहा। ओम श्री स्थान देवता स्वाहा। ओम श्री वस्तु देवता स्वाहा। ओम श्री कुल देवता स्वाहा। श्री 33 करोड़ देवता स्वाहा। 3 times again. सर्वदेवता सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। अनंत स्वरूपाय पारब्रह्मभ्यो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री गुरुवे नमः स्वाहा। Please all stand devotees that will take part in Purnahoti, final offering. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha. Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha. Shivaya Cha Shivtraya Cha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Purnamarat Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishate. Om Sarvam Vai Purnagum Swaha. Achman. Om Sarva Paparam Divyam Gangyam Nirmalam Jalam. Achmanyam Chamaya Datam Grihan Parameshwara. Achmanyam Samarpyami. Boli Sri Brahmagni Devata ki Jai. Sri Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai.
Holy Vrindavan Sri Krishna Chandra ki Jai. Devotees, final arati. We join together, we proceed to conclude our devotions. भगवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुखी पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। हरि गान यही वरदान नहीं, हर गान यही वरदान यही। जग के मंगल की आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती। गीत पावन पुनीत श्रापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत श्रापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी। मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। ये मधुर बोल जग भंग को सनम मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही। प्रभु की महिमा की आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती। These are the slokas come to the arati. Let's glorify Kanhaiya Vipushi to complete. Simple Kirtanam. Hare Hare Gopal Radhe Krishna, Hare Hare Gopal, Radhe Krishna, Hare Hare Govinda Panduranga, Hare Hare Govinda Panduranga, Hare Hare Gopal, Radhe Krishna, Hare Hare Gopal, Radhe Krishna, He Jagavandana Devaki Nandan, Alakha Niranjana, Hare Hare, He Jagavandana Devaki Nandan, Alakha Niranjana, Hare Hare, O Jana Mana Ranjana Bhadukha Bhandan, O Jana Mana Ranjana Bhadukha Bhandan, Asuran Kandan Hare Hare, Asuran Kandan Hare Hare, O Hare Hare Gopal, Radhe Krishna, Hare Hare Govinda Panduranga, Hare Hare Govinda Panduranga, O Hare Hare Gopal, Radhe Krishna, Om Hare Hare Gopal, Radhe Krishna, Shiva Hare Shiva Rama Sakhe Prabhu, Tribhidhata Panivarana He Vibhu, Ajajaneshwara Yadava Pahi Mam, Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam, Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam, Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam, Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam, Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu, Mangalam Garudha Bhaja, Mangalam Pundarikaksha, Mangalayatanu Hari, Om Avahanam Na Janami, Na Janami Visarjanam, Pujang Chaiva Na Janami, Chamyatan Parameshwara, Om Gacha Gasuraseshta Swasthani Parameshwara, Yata Brahmadayo Devas Tatra Gachutasana, Om Labhasteshan Jayasteshan, Kutasteshan Parajaya, Yesham Indi Varsham Hirdayastu Janardana, Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyamtu, Ma Kaschid Dukbhag Bhave, Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam, Bhaktihinam He Janardan, Yat Pushitam Maya Deva, He Devi Ma, Paripurnam Tadastame, Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya, Om Gatchatam Bhagwan Agni Swasthane Kunda Madhyataha, Hutam Adaya Devevya, Shigridehi Prasidam, Om Brahm Agnaye Namaha. Om Tvameva Mata Chapitaha Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Shanti 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 Hari Om बोले वृंदावन श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, उदय शाह जगन्नाथ की जय, आर शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की, बोलिए श्री स्वाहा माता की। Shubhamastu. Blessings to all. Kindly be seated, devotees. And so on this is the final night, devotee. Let me again extend appreciation to you for having joined us, and to invite you for the final time to join us tomorrow morning. So the yagna is concluding tomorrow morning. We'll start around 9 and by lunchtime we'll finish. So do join us. A pleasure to have you join in together with us. Meals have been prepared for all. Receive your arati and prasadam. Partake of meals and do our safe journey back home. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow for those of you who could make it. Blessings.